Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's webinar on maximizing productivity in construction with online document management system. I am Melissa, your moderator for this webinar session. I am excited to be here with you. Before we begin, let's go over some guidelines to ensure a smooth and engaging webinar experience. Kindly please mute your microphone throughout this session to minimize background noise. If you have any questions or comments, please use the chat box on your right-hand side of your screen. We encourage active participation, so feel free to ask questions or share your thoughts during the Q&A segment. Now let's introduce our speaker. We have the pleasure of hosting Miss Pizza, who is our digital consultant, has a wealth of knowledge and experience in online document management system. We are grateful to have her today to share her insights with us. Without further, I will now hand over our virtual floor to Miss Pizza. Please join me in giving Miss Pizza a warm welcome as she begins her presentation.
Okay, thank you, Miss Lisa. Okay, wait, I share my screen. Can you see my screen, Lisa?
Yes.
Okay. So thanks again to Miss Lisa for the introduction. So without further ado, I will take over from here. So I would like to introduce myself. My name is Fiza, and today I will speak on how to maximize the productivity in construction with online management system. Okay, so before we start, I would like to enhance here why we use terms online document management system and not using normal EDMS, which is electronic document management system. Because for today's session, we want to highlight the online system that are available in our market and its function and features that can benefit all stakeholders in the construction industry. Okay, so actually I am aware that everybody's microphone is already muted, but I think you may click the raise hand symbol or reply in chat, I think. Okay, so before we proceed with our presentation today, my presentation today, so I want to ask all those attendees today, okay, does anyone here ever hear about online document management system? Anyone here? Can again, does anyone here have used online document management system? Okay, so if have any of you using the online EDMS, okay, keep the product to yourself. Maybe I will ask about it later. So that I will know what actually your experience in using it and what are benefits that you gain in using EDMS. Okay. Okay. So we start. Okay. Before I deep down into the challenges that are faced by the industry, okay, I would like to highlight some of the common challenges that were faced by the user all around the world, even not in the construction industry. Okay, first, no collaboration platform. Okay, because I can guarantee all of the users in all of the companies mostly use the paper-based, mostly use emails, Outlook, Gmail, whatsoever, and then heavily only rely on faxes, Dropbox, and then yeah, if you want to share the documents, right, you use OneDrive and so on. Okay, so by using all this traditional way, we can say, especially for the email, okay, there's some problem that may arise, such as the email attachment itself has the limitation. Okay. Have you face something like, oh, I didn't receive your email. Did you send it yesterday? Did you send it last week? Because of what? Because got the email attachment limitation that was set in your email. Okay, and then this excuse is a common challenges, but it's always been used by all people. Okay, and then this kind of challenges that raise a concern in terms of security and also the audit trail, because by using only email or sharing folder, we do not know who can access it, who can view it, who can edit it, and so on. Okay. And then without the audit trail, the project team, for example, might miss all the critical emails and definitely fail to respond in time. Okay. First, why you cannot respond in time? Because you cannot even find the email. And then there is no reminder to remind you, oh, you have another 2 days to respond to this email. So this old system or normal Outlook and so on cannot give you the features and functionality that EDMS can offer you. Okay. Okay, next is no version control. Okay, as I'm sharing before, okay, I give you example. Everyone now use the OneDrive, for example. Okay, so OneDrive, or the sharing folders in your on-prem server, you can create the folders, and then inside the folders, for example, the project name A, and then inside the folders you can create the subfolders. Okay, and then inside the subfolders you can save all the documents that related to the project. But the thing is, there is no version control that can allow you to detect which one is the latest version. Even you are using the sharing folder, there will be more than one can have access to edit the document at the same time. Okay, if you say you're not having this problem, then you are lying, because I'm also having it. Okay, before I move to EDMS, before I'm using the EDMS, this is my biggest concern and biggest challenges, because we are preparing the proposal, we are answering to this specification, answering to this specification, and then more than one people are using this and using and refer to the same file. So of course there will be difficulties to track, and then difficulties with bosses, because we cannot answer them properly, right? Okay, so no version control is the most common challenges that faced to anyone in all industries. Okay, and then talking about approval, review and approval. Okay, so again, we use email because it's easier. Everybody has email. Everybody came to your office, the first thing that they got is email address. Okay, and then you start sharing documents, and then give this document A, proposal B, and so on. Okay, and then we take a look at our bosses. Very busy man, even our managers. Okay, and then daily routine, they need at least to maybe um approve your clip. Maybe they need to approve your timesheet. Maybe they need to approve your proposal. Okay, and then it's not that you send to only one person. You need to send to more than one person. Okay, but if using email, you cannot like clearly state, okay, for this stage, who is the approver? Okay. At this stage, what should you comment? Okay. And then for the first approval, there might be a due date, because maybe, okay, all the timeline will be 1 week, right? Okay, so in this 1 week, for example, the first approval maybe need to take maximum 2 days to approve. Okay, and then it will goes to the next approval. So this line of review and approval um not available in the email. We are not talking about the sharing folder. Sharing folder memang tak ada. Okay, so by using EDMS, right? All the functions already there. It's just tinggal you go there, subscribe it, and use it. All right. And then by using the workflow function in the ADMS, you can avoid this all this confusion from happen. Okay. Okay. And then we goes to delays in information distribution. Okay. So basically, for example, in the construction industry, right, we have a lot of team. Site team, HQ team, design team, architect team, engineer team, subcon team, mancon team, supplier team, and so on. Okay, so all this team is or are at different places. Okay, and then the communication between them either by phone, by WhatsApp. Now we are using WhatsApp, Telegram, or whatsoever. So this way of information distribution is not effective. Okay, we take one example, RFI. Okay, request for information. Sometimes request for information will take until several weeks and sometimes until months to process through to closure. Okay, so the collaboration across different project teams that at the multiple site is extremely ineffective. Okay, so this kind of situation can cause delay in information distribution. Okay, even internally, we cannot expect like, oh, externally, okay. No, we also face it internally and also externally across the project team. Okay, and sometimes sometimes I believe still we use the courier services. Okay, but it's still express because okay, you using the dispatch boy, okay, send this to this company, this company, this company. Yes, it's still express, but still it's lacking in speed compared to online. You just go in, log into the EDMS, any system, and then you just view, comment, and send compared to the courier. All right. Okay, and then how to retrieve information ineffective and tracking and monitoring audit trail. Okay, so I show you guys the drawer image. Why? Because in every company we have drawers. Because we want to save the keep the papers and so on, paper files and so on. Okay, I can guarantee every construction company is like the law firm. All the files is been tied with the rubber and stacked up to the ceiling. Why? And then, oh, tak cukup lah. Need to buy more storage just to keep the paper files. Okay, so this kind of traditional way is very menyusahkan. Okay, so first you have the limited visibility on what the project team is doing. Okay, even you duduk sebelah-sebelah pun, you had to monitor. All right. And then the information is scattered everywhere in HQ, in branch, in office, inside. So many is scattered everywhere. You cannot like, okay, I want to review about this project only to this subcontractor, only in architecture. You can get it in 5 seconds. No. Okay, so meaning to say, using the folders, using the cabinets, PC server, it hard to retrieve. Where you cannot search the documents based on the metadata. Okay, what is the metadata? I will explain about that in the next slide. Right? Okay, so apart from these challenges, about the audit trail. Okay, so sometimes it's not sometimes lah. every time. Every time staff turnover happen, okay, the first thing is like, what happened on what happened when the last person is here? What happened? What she did? What she already offered? What the latest information that she given? We cannot track and monitor properly because there is no audit trail. There is no audit trail in the sharing folder. There is no audit trail in the cabinets, and also there is no sharing audit trail in the share folders. Okay, and then this might cause risk to the company or the shareholders, also to the management. Even your boss cannot answer to you. You need to call back that person like, please help me to retrieve back all the documents. Is it true or not? Because it's happened to me. All right. Okay. So after talking about the common challenges, I want to narrow down about the challenges that to maximize the productivity in construction. Okay. So from here we will go clockwise. Okay, first I will talk about fragmented and complex supply chain. Okay, so it seems like very complicated. Like, okay, it's actually because construction from end to end process, it involves a lot of multiple stakeholders. For example, from project owner itself, and then to the design team like architectural, civil, M&A, engineers, and so on. And then it includes the architects, the engineer, contractors, subcontractors, suppliers, and even the authorities. Okay, so for every project owner to coordinating and managing this diverse participant can be very challenging, and it can lead to delays, miscommunication, and coordination issues where when you don't have one single platform to manage all of these participants. All right. And then we move to manual and paper-based processes. Okay. So for these challenges, I guarantee how big your company are or how small company are, it's really hard to get rid of manual paper-based processes because it's in our blood. All right. So despite advancement in technology, many construction companies still rely on the manual and paper-based processes. Okay, this can result the inefficiency in providing the information, errors, delays, delays because of what? Because of time consuming. You do and then you redo. You do and then you redo. And this person also do the same thing. And then need time to cross check with each other. Okay, so this is very troublesome, and this is one of the challenges in maximizing productivity in construction. Okay, and then next is changing project requirements and scope creep. Ah, susahnya scope creep ni. Okay. Okay, so as we know that construction projects are very susceptible to changes in terms of design, in terms of scopes, and also in terms of the client requirements. Okay, these changes, of course, first disrupt your schedules. Delay here, delay there. Okay, and then lead to rework. Like I said before, we need to rework. And when you need to rework, it affect the time and cost. And of course, this can give impact to your project cost. Your project cost will be increased. When your project cost will be it is increased, it will impact the overall productivity. Okay, and then still, oh sorry, okay, still, uh, is relate us to the next point where lack of knowledge in technological adoption and integration. Okay, um, in construction industry, a lot of players are seasoned players, well experienced players, where they are not really interested in technology adoption. Okay, so people like bosses and management, because I believe in current generation we want everything on point, effective, and can be managed. Okay, so these old players in the industry used to not focusing on the technological adoption and integration, especially the smaller companies, because of the business nature. They are afraid of the change management because they are very comfort with the traditional way in managing the documents, and then some more they have the limited resources and so on lah. Okay, so for them it's very hard to implement the new system, because to implement a new system you need to ensure seamless integration with existing tools and processes required, with the careful planning, careful training, and change management. But not to be worried, we as the EDMS consultant, we will always provide this kind of information to all of our clients. All right? Okay. And then next is lack of standardization and collaboration. Okay. So actually the absence of the standardization process and collaboration can hinder productivity, because each project and organization surely has its own unique method. Okay, company A have this method, company B have this method, company C same to A but kindly same to B, like that. And then the project owner have different method, and you need to follow me because I'm the project owner. So this kind of uh own unique methods can lead to inconsistencies, again, rework, and difficulties in knowledge transfer between the projects. But by using EDMS, the project owner actually can streamline the methods and ensure all the stakeholders are using and applying the same methods, especially in the terms of sharing documents and approval workflow. Okay. So next is poor communication and information management. Okay, so actually this point is the same lah like the others. Okay, because why it is important to have effective communication and information flow, because this can cause challenges like you cannot communicate accurately and in timely, that cause gap, because of gap between the parties. Okay, so this kind of actually is normal, but it can be uh it can be avoided. Okay, it can be avoided. This can be avoided by collaboration tools that uh available in the EDMS. Okay. So last point is safety and regulatory compliance. Okay, as we know, the construction sites are subject to strict regulate regulations and compliance requirements. Okay, and then to ensure the compliance, implementing safety measures and managing permits and so on, inspection, incident and so on, can be very time consuming if you don't have a platform where everybody can communicate with each other specifically to that things or incident. Okay, and this will impact the productivity if it is not managed effectively. All right. Okay, so how should we do? How should we do? Okay, so the solution, the ultimate solution for all those challenges is online DMS. Okay, actually, I think all of us is using the terms EDMS, which is Electronic Document Management System. Okay, as I said when I was about to start this presentation, why we use term online? Because we want to precisely go to online system, and when we use online system, it is on cloud, and then it's been used to manage the document. Okay, so by definition, all you know about the DMS: capture, store, share, track, and manage files. Okay, and then because the word online there is, it is using the web access. Okay, so same, it allow participants to upload their files and got the multiple parties to examining the information at once, anywhere and anytime. Okay, so by using the online ADMS, you can access to it, you can edit to it, you can comment on it anywhere, anytime. Okay, you need to have the internet connection lah. Okay, so with all the collaborative functions, the stakeholders can also leave their feedback, yes, especially for the workflow functions, directly in the platform, sharing the ongoing feedback with the all stakeholders involved. Okay, all right. So how online DMS helps in maximizing productivity. So I can share you about 8 points how DMS can help you in this problem. All right. First, online single platform. So we are talking about cloud-based hosting, okay, that can easily access by all stakeholders anywhere using the internet connection. Okay, so when we are talking about the cloud-based hosting, it is actually provide a more reliable and scalable infrastructure compared to on-premise hosting. Okay, so for the users on site and so on, the remote work becomes easier because user can access the system from anywhere. Okay, just using the internet connection, it can eliminate any potential interruption that can caused by the on-prem services. Okay, on-prem server. Okay, sorry. And then people are afraid if anybody can access it, how for me to manage the particular documents that, okay, maybe this is only for company A, this is only for company B, this is only project owner can see. All the tools in the EDMS can be accessed by the users, either they are subcon, maincon, architect, engineer, even the project owner, based on the permissions and roles that are being set specific for them. Okay, so you no need to be worried of leaking of information, leaking of data security and so on. Okay, this one, I can guarantee in one platform, you can manage everyone. Okay, you can see what we allow you to see only. Okay, that is the simple way to say lah. Okay, so by doing this, you will not put any potential of leaking, like for finance reporting, like for the legal information and so on lah. Alright. Okay. Next is the version control. Okay. The first reason actually anybody that want to subscribe for EDMS because they want a version control. Okay. I give you example. I can do my own version control in the server, in the sharing folder. Okay. I can put, okay, project A underscore date underscore name of the document underscore version 1. I can do that. But the next person maybe not do like that. Oh, I want to start with the date first. Okay, and then we put the date first, and then we put the project name, and we put like this, and like this. So there is no standardization in putting and creating the version control. Okay, so using the EDMS, they can standardize the version control based on the metadata. Okay, metadata here meanings like based on the classification, which project, okay, which department, which this and that. Okay, so by having this, it's easily for them to compare the versions. Okay, and also to track the changes, revert to previous version. Oh, what happened on the last version, and then they can put comments. For example, you have version 1. Okay, and then you want to put comments, but you don't want the version to increase. Like after you put the comment, it become version 2. You don't want that because for it to become version 2, you need to have multiple approval first. By doing EDMS, you can put any comments you want, and then each comment can will be published, or you can choose not to publish, meaning the comment only for you, only you can see. Okay, and then you also can publish the comments where everybody can see. Oh, comments A from Mr. X. Okay, yesterday he put that. Comment B is by me. I put just now. Okay, so you can differentiate this in your you can put all these features, all these function in the document management. Okay, so yes, it eliminates confusion and ensure that everyone is working with the most up-to-date document version. Okay, next, centralized repository. Okay, so centralized repository meaning same storage at the same place. And then when we talk about online, it's on cloud. Okay, so this can avoid the gambar almari that I shared to you previously. HQ got 7 almari. Site has 2 almari. Okay, company this have a lot of almari and so on. Okay, so by using EDMS, you can have a centralized repository where you can store, organize, and access project-related documents in a very structured manner. Okay, and then easily find and access the document. Okay, next is the document collaboration. Okay, document collaboration, yes, first it enables real-time collaboration among the team members. Okay, so users can simultaneously work on documents, leave comments, and have discussion within the platforms. Okay, this eventually can promote efficient communication, reduce delays, and enhance the collaboration among teams. All right, and then next, we have document workflow and approvals. Okay, like the previous challenges where we cannot streamline the processes for the routing and approvals. So using EDMS, it can help to streamline document processes by automating routing and approvals, and it can user can define actually the document workflows. They can set up the notification for review and approval tasks. Okay, you have maximum 3 days to approve this. And then they will send reminder, hello, you are not approving this yet, please approve, like that. So on. Okay, and then they can monitor the progress of document workflow. This is very benefit to your boss because I can see who did not do the work like that lah. Okay, and then this, of course, can reduce the bottlenecks and ensure timely reviews and approvals. Okay, and then we talk about the mobile accessibility. Okay, phone is on our palm anytime, everywhere. All right, at the site, at office, on the road, while driving, cannot. Okay, so when user can access EDMS using mobile, right, it allows the on-site personnel, especially the on-site personnel and remote team members to access and update documents on the go. Okay, so in your mobile apps, right, it enable you to view, to even edit, to even like sign off, take and whatsoever. Even you can upload the documents using smartphone and tablets. This is very useful, especially when you performing the inspection. Okay, when you when you want to review the latest document and so on. Okay, and for the mobile apps, you can use it offline, meaning to say, if you already equipped with all the latest drawing documents and so on, and then for example, if you managing building construction, is just there. Okay, it's not moving. But for example, if you in a railway project, when you need to go deep into the kampung-kampung like that, tak ada signal, and then you kena masuk tunnel and so on, right? There is no internet connection, but still you can access to it and refer and put the markups, and then you can save it. And then bila you dah keluar daripada tunnel, automatically all the information will be synced into the in DMS. All right. So, oops. Okay. So search and metadata. Okay. So imagine if you use the cabinets, you cannot like, okay, I want to search project A in architecture in version 2. No, you need to search one by one. If you have the tag at your files, it will give advantage to you lah. But if you don't have, you need to open one by one to search on that. Using the EDMS, you can sometimes, some of us use the word filter. You can filter the search. I want to search in this, and then it will give you a list of documents that you wanted. Okay, so this allows user to quickly find specific documents based on keywords, categories, and other attributes. Of course, it will save time spent searching for documents and enhance the productivity. Okay, so the last one is the document templates and forms. Okay, so ADMS will come with predefined document templates and form uh, to streamline the creation of new documents and ensure the consistency. Okay, you can create standard templates for various documents. For example, RFI, submittal, correspondence, and so on. This company A have this kind of forms. This company B has this kind of form. And then for us, project owner, for example, we have like, for example, the status got the drop down. Okay, different company, different way of they input the data. From EDMS, you can custom make the form. You can put, okay, I want this to be drop down selection. I want the option like this, and like this. Okay, for the next question, I want them to tick on the checkbox. Yes, you can do that. You can customize it. So when you use the same format of forms for all the subcon, mancon, and so on, it can streamline the creation of the new documents and ensure the consistency. And of course, it can reduce manual effort and improving the efficiency. Okay, so these are the collaboration platform that are available in EDMS. Okay, so for this diagram, I will go one by one anti-clockwise, like tender management and so on. Okay, I will not explain one by one in terms of tools and features. I will explain what generally they can offer to the EDMS user. All right. So first, when we are talking about tender management, of course, tender management is for tendering lah, tendering process. Sometimes they call bidding and so on. Okay, so using the tender management, first, user can create tender. Okay, like the tender notice, scope, specification, terms and condition, and so on. If you already have the paper one, the document paper one, you can scan into the system and upload into your tender management. Okay, so by having the tender management, one, even okay, you want to give access to any party that not related to your company. Okay, even that company is not registered with your company lah, to work with your company, you can give access to them, and they can only review the tender management and only specifically to that tender. They cannot uh, see the tender B if you don't give the access. All right. So, users that want to participate in the tender first can share the documents, can request feedback, can request for information and reviews, can provide reviews from the stakeholders who are participating in the tender process. Okay, besides, like I said, you can give access to the non-EDMS user, okay, away outside from your organization. Okay, you can give the credential, access control, encryption and whatsoever to them to only review that specific tender and not be worried about the other confidential documents. Okay, okay, next, when we talk about EDMS, of course, project management or document management is the key module on a deep EDMS, where uh, you can create, upload, share, collaborate a lot of documents, drawings, tender, proposal, RFI, submittals, correspondence, and so on. Okay, these tools are basically under project management modules. Okay, the version control features also in the project management, where it ensures the most up-to-date documents are accessible to project members. All right. Okay, so EDMS basically can streamline the process. Okay, allow user to track and respond. Okay, you need to allow user to track and respond so that it can be delivered timely. Okay, and as I said before, tools like submittals, correspondence, all this, right, you can customize the form. Okay, you can put the wording like you use. You can put checkbox, drop down, radio button, whatsoever, like you want, like your company want, using the project management system. Okay, so we talk about the quality and safety. Yes, quality and safety is actually one of the core modules for the EDMS. Okay, because when we talk about the quality and safety, what is in our mind? Observation, inspection checklist, incident reporting, safety data sheet, permit management, and etc. Okay, so EDMS come with this tool where it allow user to conduct the safety observation and inspection, record finding, track corrective action, and so on. Okay, so when you perform the inspection, right, you can capture, upload, and comment, and routing it to the next person. All right. You can generate checklist. Sorry, safety checklist. Capture photo, document hazards, and assign the responsible parties. All right. Okay. So, this this modules is actually very essential. Okay, for example, the incident reporting, right? Okay, so the incident reporting and management can help the company to identify the root cause, can help to implementing the preventing measures, and also can improve the overall safety performance. And the most important is everyone is alert on that. All right. Next, we talk about the contract management. Okay. So contract management, of course lah, it manage the contract internally and externally. User can upload the contract templates, draft a new contract, or store the contracts that already been executed. Okay, so uh, This function also enables the collaboration and review of contract documents among the stakeholders. You can share with internal parties, with the contractors, and then they can input some comments and annotation. This is all can be done in the contract management modules. Okay, and then we go for the planning and scheduling. Okay, I believe every construction company has its own planning and scheduling system, like Microsoft Project, like P6 Primavera, and so on. Okay, and then when you already have this system, you are afraid like, oh, if I get a EDMS right, can they integrate with this planning and scheduling system? My answer is yes, definitely yes. Okay, so the integration with third party scheduling, we call this is as third party scheduling, is allow most EDMS allow the integration, and this ensure the project team can refer or work with the preferred scheduling. Sometimes the scheduling system like PCs and Microsoft Project, not everyone has it. Okay, but by using the EDMS, everyone can refer it. Depends on who you want to give access lah. Okay, so you no need to buy more licenses on that scheduling system. Only give to the planners, but the others, when they want to track the milestone, when they want to manage the resources and so on, like labor and so on, so they can refer to the EDMS. Okay. And then we talk about BIM and GIS. Okay. When we talk about BIM, we imagine the 3D models. Okay. We imagine the clash detection, the drawing and so on. Okay, can EDMS manage BIM and GIS? I also say yes, because when we talk about the drawing, like you can put the markup, you can highlight the error and then draw shape like indicates, okay, design changes or got the coordination issue on that drawing. Okay, and then what happened if more than 2% doing the markups? Okay, so the markups will be differentiated by the username and also timestamp. Okay, same like the comment on the document. And then when we talk about GIS, some EDMS does not have the native GIS functionality, but it offers the integration with the third-party GIS tools to incorporate the geospatial data into the construction project. Okay, so the functionality is actually depends on the selected third-party GIS integration. Okay, and then we talk about the project archive. This is very essential because we are afraid after we use the EDMS, our data lost. How for us to archive the data? So the principle, the EDMS principle actually will come with a few options where you can like schedule archive your project from time to time, and then the archive will be like install, the application will be installed in your PC, and then when you archive, it been saved into the server or dedicated PC lah. Okay, you can also online archive like in the cloud and so on. And then that archive you can select either within the project time frame you want to archive or at the end of project you want to archive. All right. Okay, and then because we don't have much time, so about the cost management, of course you can manage the invoices, the PO, whatsoever, the financial reporting. And then for the PO and so on, you can have workflow to communicate with the respective stakeholders. All right. Okay. So this is the benefits of EDMS. Okay. It's actually repeating the same, but I believe it gives more than you want actually by using EDMS, using the workflow, using the version. All this actually can benefit you in the long run. Okay, it gives you the data security and give you a better compliance. All right. So this is the benefits of EDMS. Of course, when we talk about the analytics, right? Okay, so when we talk the analytics, actually EDMS provided you the real time data or near real time. Okay, before we end my session, okay, so I want you to think, for example, your boss want you to provide a report for today's activity or today's data. Okay, you have the data 8 or 9 a.m. in the morning, and you prepare all the slideshow very nice, and then you need to present after lunch, right? But within hours there are changes happen on site, and then those changes you don't have the real time data. If you have the data, you need to revise your slideshow. Okay, by using the analytics, reportings, data, and so on, you can first build any data using graph, tablet data, graph chart, and whatsoever, and then you can use it to present to your management. All right. Okay. So I think that's all from me.
Thank you, Miss Fiza, for sharing your knowledge on the online document management system. So I think it's time for move our to our Q&A segment. So if you have any questions to the participants, if you have any questions that you would like to ask Miss Fiza, kindly drop down your questions at the chat box given. We will address those questions. Miss Fiza, we have a questions. First questions. How do I know all construction related modules will be available in EDMS? Yeah, we can hear you now. If you bring your speaker.
Okay. Okay. So again, the question is, how do you know all the related modules is related to construction? Okay. Actually, for your information, this EDMS product is actually been made for the architecture, engineering, and construction industry. Okay, it is a platform where it is consolidated with all the modules which is related to the construction, because the system itself built for a AEC industry. So you don't need to worry like, is this for IT? Is this for food and F&B? No, it is for construction, and the modules is definitely you can use it. All right.
That's great. So any other question for the participants that you would like to know more about the EDMS process or anything? Okay, we received our second question. Is it safe in terms of data security when other users from every stakeholders can access the document management system?
Data security. Okay. So when we talk about the data security, I can think of three things lah. Okay. First is about data, who can access which data. Okay. As I mentioned before, all those permission, access, and roles are been given to the selected user. Okay, so please not to be worried on data breaching, because you can control who can see what, who can see what. All right. Okay. Secondly is data security, right? Um, Comparing to the file sharing. Okay, EDMS has audit trail function where you can see who upload it, who edit it, and for those published document, you cannot delete it. Okay, so from the audit trail, you can track and monitoring the data or the document itself. Okay, and then again, when we talk about the data security, right, I'm thinking of the backup of the archive. Okay, so basically, when we talk about the online EDMS is in the cloud, and all the players of the EDMS is very big players, one principal one. Okay, so I'm sure that there will be backup, there will be DR, and so on, and like I said before, you have a few or a lot of options how to backup or archive your data. All right. Okay.
Okay, thank you. And we have received another questions as well. What are the criteria that you think we shall consider before subscribing for the EDMs?
Okay. Yes. Of course, you need to think a lot of things that are related to the existing system. Okay. When you want to choose or adopt a technology, of course, you need to think what are the existing system that I use. Okay, for example, of course, you might use Microsoft Project or P6 Primavera. Okay, can this EDMS integrate with this system, the existing solution? Okay, and for example, like Naviswork, like Beam, AutoCAD, Revit, all DMS has the function to integrate with all these systems that I mentioned that normally used in the construction industry. Okay, by using API. Okay, as long as API enablement, we can integrate with the EDMS. And then, of course, you need to think about the pricing and storage that fit your business. Okay, we can only always come with the ideas. EDMS basically all the same. We can say all the same, but we can point you which EDMS that is suitable for your business in terms of price, user, and so on. Okay. And then you need to think about the sharing and access. Like I said, we can filter the permission and access based on the rules. And then other than that, of course, you need to check on the, okay, if this is DMS control the version, yes. If this is DMS has the workflow, like very good workflow, and then yes. And then is this EDMS has mobile access, and that's, and is this EDMS has the secure storage, and then tick. Okay, I think that is the the most important criteria on selecting the EDMS. All right.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Fiza, for the answer. If you have any other questions from the participants, kindly drop on the question chat box. If there is no any other questions, I think we will end this webinar from here. And thank you, Ms. Fiza, for your knowledge sharing and also addressed those questions that asked my participants. And also, thank you for all your thank you for the participants for joining our webinar today. Um, and also, please remember to fill up the attendees form that will be shared in the chat. Okay, kindly fill up the attendees form. So we will be sending you the e-certificates for attending our webinar sessions. And also be sure to check our websites for our upcoming webinar series. And once again, thank you for joining our webinar and have a great day.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you all.